Hey YouTube, gonna do a short review on a lawnmower I just bought for all the people out there that are looking at a zero turn. I bought the Z254. It's a 54-inch Husqvarna zero turn with a 24 horse Briggs & Stratton motor featuring ready start on it, which means you don't have to choke it. You start it and it's an auto choke. Same thing that's on your old carburetor cars. Like I said, it's 54-inch. I was cutting with a John Deere 46-inch up until a couple days ago. Now, just to let y'all know, I bought it used. I think I said that already. But here's the thing about it. When I bought it, and I called the guy, he said it had 67 hours on it. And if you look real closely, it only has 27. So he didn't even know what he had. Now, he told me when I got there, oh, by the way, I mistaken the hours. I was like, oh, Lord, here we go. He says, only got 25. I put 2 hours on it cutting with it. And I'll tell you this much. There's a couple little things about it that you have to not necessarily be worried about, but just be mindful of. One, that's part of my yard. That big field. If you look real closely over there, the field's got a pretty good dip in it. Now, when you go to turn this thing, it's not like a regular tractor. It turns, you know, that wheel goes one way and the other wheel goes the other way to cut a perfect circle. Well, here's the thing. When you're turning on a hill, turn up into the hill. Do not turn down the hill. When I turned down the hill, I almost ended up in the woods because the mower lost traction and slid with all 700 something pounds that it weighs. That's one thing. The other thing, for all y'all out there that like to drink beer and cut grass, don't blame you. You have no steering wheel, just two levers, so your hands stay busy. So drinking anything is pretty much impractical unless it's in like a tumbler or something like that, staying cold, because if not, it's gonna get hot pretty quick out in the sun. I like the fact that that center cover right there comes off. Comes off, you can get to your belt real easy, no having to drop the deck to change belts or anything. The other thing I noticed too, and it was just a coincidental thing I noticed. If you look at the spindles on these front two caster wheels, they got silver tops. Those silver tops, believe it or not, you don't even have to look down to realize, okay, I'm kind of veering off track a little bit from which way I'm cutting. Now, the lawnmower cuts beautiful stripes in grass. Absolutely gorgeous. There's no stripe kit, no nothing like that on it. And it cuts absolutely gorgeous striping. My John Deere, it cut pretty good stripes, but it was, once again, a non-zero turn. It was a tractor. So trying to get up and down straight was no problem. But once you got to the end of the turn, it was a nightmare. Trying to not screw up what you just did. With those, I advise circle cutting, you know, clockwise or counterclockwise. The other thing with this is that you're going to get really dirty, because with my John Deere, I always made left-hand turns. Chute always stayed pointing to the right. So blow back and blow past me. This one, you go down, you turn right. You come up, you turn left. So when you turn, you're going to get a face full of grass if you ain't careful. If the wind's blowing right, you're getting a face full of grass. I found that out. The other nice thing, greasable fittings. There, all the spindles, the whole thing's greasable, so you don't have to worry about anything seizing up. Which, on the lighter duty residentials, this is a residential grade, it's not a commercial, but it's a higher end residential. If you get like a low end, you know, Lowe's special or Home Depot special, might not have greasable fittings. The other thing, which is nice, is your deck control. Now, it doesn't show you in inches, it's just 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got your cup holder for if you want to keep a drink in there. All I did was keep my phone in there. Oh, the other thing that I like too about it, now, being that it's a zero turn, what they don't disclose to you with zero turns until you use them, they make it out to sound like, because it's a zero turn, that you don't have to edge around trees near as bad. You do. It still doesn't get any closer than what my John Deere did. The only difference was, instead of having to make, you know, 4 passes around a tree to get real close, you know, left, right, up and down, This one, I just get up to it and just spin around it, and it's done. Now, when you buy a zero turn for your first one, this is my first one. Bear in mind, I only have 2 hours on it, so I am no expert with it. But I would highly, highly, highly advise running it in an open area so you can get the feel for the controls. If you can't tell, that's what I cut first, that big open area. I didn't have to worry about running into anything. I didn't have to worry about hills or grades or anything like that. This is what I cut after. Decent grades, slopes, hills, bumps, the whole 9 yards. So it takes about 35 to 40 minutes, you know, probably, of cutting grass to get the feel for it, how it's going to operate. The other thing I noticed too is, I don't know what it is with it, the left tire grips a little bit harder than the right tire when you're making a turn. So when you are turning to the right, it seems to turn a little better. When you turn to the left, this tire will bite while this tire will spin. So it takes us just a little bit longer. I don't know. Well, let's see here. No, I didn't know if they offset the differential maybe and put something over there on that side, but I don't see anything that weighs more. Now, once again, like I said, now here's the thing. Buying it used, you know, bought it 67, oh, it was supposed to be 67 hours. It only had 24, 25 hours when I bought it. Get away from me, wasp. Damn wasp. The only other thing, now, I've been looking high and low for about 6 months for a good zero turn. And when they come available, they go quick. I promise you, I could turn around and sell this thing and make $500, $600, $700 just the way it sits. Just because I got it, I cleaned it up. When I got it, it was dirty. It was very dirty. And you can get a zero turn off Craigslist or off Facebook for $1,000, $1,500 for a decent one. The commercials, they seem to be upwards of $2,500 to $3,000, and then the 60-inch cuts, they seem to be up around $5,000 and don't come below that. And you find them here and there, but they are houred out. They're like 600-800 hours. Other than that, that's pretty much all I've got to tell y'all. Is just be careful, take your time, learn how to drive one, and I mean, like I said, it cuts absolutely phenomenal. And for being my first cut on it, I'm very, very, very impressed. All right, thank y'all. Y'all have a nice day. Enjoy y'all's afternoon cutting.